Chloe, this way! We're finally off the scenic route. What should we do now? Please, exit onto the Royal Avenue from here and head to Grancel. My men are causing enough of a diversion that security should be stretched pretty thinly. If everything looks okay, you keep on to the Bracer Guild without getting spotted. I understand. Oh, but what about you? I'll hold the enemy off here. I should be able to buy you a little extra time. No, you can't. I can't go on my own. I'll fight at your side. We all have something to protect. I will stay here for my convictions and my duty. And most importantly for you, my lady. Forgive my impertinence, but you are of paramount importance to me. I will guard you with my life, and I ask only that you remember me as your friend and confidant. I understand, Julia. But please, promise. Promise me you won't do anything reckless. And that we will meet again in better circumstances and take tea with my grandmother. I'll bake for you, and I'll try a new recipe and bake you something sweet and delicious. I look forward to it. Now please hurry. Sieg, look after her for me. Well now, they finally caught up. Three men and 5 dogs. I think you underestimate me. As he taught me how to wield a blade, the time to truly use it has come. I, Julius Schwarz, Commander of the Royal Guardsmen, will not yield. Sieg! Scree? I'll be alright. I want you to go back to see Julia. I can't bear to just leave her. Scree! Thank you. It's just like she said. Security is much wider this way. I have to get to the Bracer Guild quickly. Rain. Isn't now around when Estelle and Joshua were to arrive in town? It can't be. The Intelligence Division's Special Ops vessel. They're actually operating in broad daylight? Oh. Why? Fancy meeting you here. Chloe Rins, enrolled in the Social Studies program at Genis Royal Academy. If I could have a quick word with you. What would Colonel Richard want with Chloe? Oh, by the way, I don't think I mentioned it, but in Japanese, Chloe's name isn't Chloe, it's Close. K-L-O-S-E. A dark cloud looms over the royal city, and yea, it signals a passion most black. But so fascinating a shade of black it seems. You are such an idiot. My, who's that? Am I perchance dreaming? Mueller, my boon companion. Have you come all this way, all the long roads from the imperial capital, just to see me? How delicious! On what wind did you fly hither? Wind? What are you talking about? I'm here because I've had to follow your stupid ass all over Adios' damn creation. Do you have any idea how much time this has cost me? Please, my dear, don't hide behind such base profanities. Your lips spit venom, but the fire in your eyes showed the depths of worry that drove you onward to my side. Love, it is truly blind. That doesn't even make... No more words, dear Mueller. Fly, fly to my embrace. I came here because I'm trying to bring you information that you asked for. But I'm guessing you'd rather hug than talk. No, Am I hoist with my own petard? Very well, let us talk. Yes, like sane people. As you wish. Ahem. What news, my lord? What news for your humble Olivier? No? No. Alright, no clowning then. Don't play like that, brother. Give a man some information. Lay it on me, man. You're making me stupider just by being around you. Okay, I'll tell you. Just stop opening your mouth and making sounds come out of it. Huzzah! Regarding the guy we were talking about before, I managed to pick up his trail. From what I found, he was at one of the Erebonian Bracer Guilds until about a month ago. Oh? Over the past several months, all the guild branches in the Empire have been attacked, one after another. Seems he was supposed to be investigating why. Attacked, you say? I should think it unlikely, but might these have been perpetrated by some military unit somewhere? You picked up on it too. It's not the world of 10 years ago anymore, though. As far as I know, no military force has been given marching orders. I'd bet that someone hired Jaegers to pull this off. Anyway, our boy's trail stopped for a while, right when that case was solved. Oh dear. I took such pains coming to Liberl, and 'twould seem I was following a wild goose. I guess so. But if the man we're after isn't here, there's no real reason to stick around, is there? That storm you were talking about is going to be worse than expected. A lot worse. You should come back to the Imperial capital before you get caught in it. Ever a jester. How could I bear to part with the opportunity to play a role in the finest opera ever? What? Tell me you're not actually thinking of... I am, you might say, already in costume. Sadly, the lead is unavailable, so the understudies must be used. I have the utmost faith that between the two of them, they will put together a grand performance. Final chapter. Turmoil in the Royal City. So you were able to get the professor out safely. And you even got the logic unit back. I don't even have the words. Thank you, both of you. Well, we didn't really do all that much. Really, we were just there as backup for Agate. If you really want to express your gratitude, I'd suggest you direct it toward him, since he kept the professor safe. I certainly will. It'll be nice when all of this craziness ends. All we can do now is put our faith in Agate. It does seem that Colonel Richard has something in mind for Grancel, however. He means to use that black Orbment, that thing he called the Gospel. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's used for. But we've been asked by the professor to talk to Her Majesty about it. Ouch. That's when you know things have gotten very, very serious. I'm pretty sure that the professor is on good terms with her. It's not unusual for him to have access to top secret information. Anyway, that's the gist of our request from him, unlikely as it sounds. Kilika, do you think it would be safe for us to go to Grancel, given the current climate? There's currently no evidence to suggest that you were involved with the security breach at the fort, so it should be fine. Indeed, I'd advise you to go there before a full investigation is begun. It's quite likely that a thorough search of the central factory will be performed. Agreed, which means that now's the time to figure out what to do about it. I wish both of you the best of luck on your journey. Please be sure to deliver the professor's message. You can count on us. Consider it in Her Majesty's hands. Take care of yourself, Mr. Murdoch. Yeah, now's not the time to let my guard down with the army around. So I'll be off now. Safe journey to you. Well then, I guess there's no time like the present, huh? We should try to get an audience with Her Majesty as soon as we can. If that's the plan, we need to take the next airliner out. It would take us half a day to reach Grancel on foot. An airship would only take an hour. Yeah, that's true. I kind of thought it'd be cool to walk all the way around the kingdom, but oh well. Alright, wait just a moment. Bracer Guild, Good afternoon. Always a pleasure. Yes, if you would please. To the Grancel. Right. Yes, bill it to the usual account. Thank you. Goodbye. What was all that about? Was that the reception desk at the terminal? Yes. You now have guaranteed seats on a Grancel-bound airliner. We are paying your way, so all you need to do is check in. Also, take this with you. Whoa, wait, what? This really isn't necessary. You've already done so much for us. The tickets are simply a business expense, related to delivering the professor's message. The letter of recommendation is for the superlative job you did in rescuing the professor. Accept it, and be proud of what you've accomplished. Right. Thank you, Kilika. And we are at 274, 290. That's the maximum score. We're first class junior bracers. Wow, you can get to first class before even going to Grancel. That's right, because, gladiator belt. It's because there aren't that many bracer jobs in Grancel, actually. They cut it down so that you can do more story stuff. Thank you for everything. I believe I said before that this is simply my duty. Now, your flight leaves at 11. You'll want to get to the terminal before then, so as to have time to check in. Idios keep you. Be well in your travels. We will. Thank you again. Bye, Kilika. Oh boy, it's an action-packed start. We're like 12 minutes in or something like that. A lot happened there. Let's see, no new issue of Liberl news, so that's going to come when we're in Grancel. I don't think there's any like hidden things I need to do right now, but give me 1 minute, I'm going to check. Alright, there are things to do, but I can't do them just yet. Let's first go over to the airfield, landing port, and get those tickets to go to Grancel. Hello there. I heard from Kilika. Shall we get you all squared away? That'd be great, thanks. Please fill out these forms with your names and addresses. Thank you. Estelle filled out the boarding papers. Okay, here are your tickets. Make sure you show these when you're boarding. Yay, we're gonna get to go on a freaking airship. We're actually gonna get to fly somewhere for once. Great. Rather than having to walk around this stupid road. Yo, it's Antoine! No, Antoine, you must let me go. Set me free. Antoine? Hey, yesterday must have been rough on you. You scared me half to death. I hope you take some time to think about why what you did was wrong. Nope, not listening. I think he's playing dumb. Oh well, I guess we do owe him some gratitude. Thank you, Antoine. Hey, there you are. Hi, Gustav. The factory chief told me that the rescue went off without a hitch. Professor's always been a mentor of sorts to all the engineers, so I just wanted to say thanks on behalf of everyone here. Well, we couldn't have pulled it off without you and your crew's help. Tina was so surprised that I thought her eyes might pop out. So that really was on purpose. Well, to fool the enemy, sometimes you have to fool your allies first. So, what business do you have at the gate? The professor asked us to go to Grancel. We're a little early for the 11 o'clock flight. Yeah, well, it also looks to be a little late. There's still some time to drop off your bags, so I think you can take it easy in town for a bit. That sounds like fun. Hey, you two. Well, if it ain't Gerald. What's going on? Something happened? Perfect, you're all here. To be honest, we've had some trouble. What kind of trouble? Well, we received a communique from the Airship Corporation. It looks like the ship will be arriving a few hours late. What? Okay, just what's going on here? More Sky Bandit trouble? Well, something like that anyway. Seems to me that the terrorists staged an ambush to disrupt the Queen's birthday celebration. All ships are grounded at port while the military conducts inspections. That would mean they're probably looking for the professor's group. Which means that the ship that's bound for Grancel is being held up in Rouen. Apparently, a military guard ship is coming here from Meissen Fortress instead. I get it. But if that's the case, you're going to be extremely busy soon, aren't you? No kidding. I've got to explain the situation to the customers. Which means that you two have a good chunk of time to kill. Just thought of something. If you want to wait at the Bracer Guild, I can get in touch with you there. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, this stinks like last year's diapers. If the military's coming here, I know they'll want to check out the Lebnitz. I'd better have a talk with the factory chief. Yeah, they check up on what happened yesterday. That won't be good. Be careful, whatever you do. I ain't so senile that I need a couple of punk kids telling me to be careful. Take it easy, you two. Joshua, this doesn't look so hot. Yeah, this could put the airliner in danger. We've got time, so maybe we should take the highway. Ah, man. It's been so long since I last got to ride on an airship, too. This is all your fault, Colonel Richard. Well, try to look at it as an ongoing opportunity to advance your training. So I guess we need to cancel our reservations at the reception desk. Ha! You actually thought we were going to fly somewhere? Ha ha ha! No, we're still taking the highway. Hey, it's you. I told you before, I don't know when the ship's leaving. If you just wait at the Bracer Guild... actually, there's been a slight change in plan. I apologize for the timing, but can we still cancel? Sure, that's no problem. As long as it's before your flight arrives in port, there's no cancellation fee. We just need to get your tickets back. Great, here you go. Hey, that's a military patrol vessel. It's here early. Well, gotta go. Bye. Thank you for your help. No worries. Come back and see us again sometime. One of the proper Royal Army ships. Now, if we get a good look at, like, the side of it, we can point out something it says. I don't think we're gonna get... Maybe? Can you see it from here? No, we can't. Darn it. Oh, it's Captain Olmathea. Well, things are certainly bustling around here. First, I believe I shall go see the factory chief. I have to admire the colonel for planning all of this. Okay, Hart. Anytime you want to go back to normal running speed would be just fine. If we waste any more time here, those intelligence division people will catch up with us. We should head to town while we have time. Okay. You take the east road to get to Grancel, right? Right. And the Sanctum Gate is to the north, along the Ritter Roadway. Pass through the gate, and you're right by Grancel. Yeah, but we're not going that way. Because as it would turn out, there's a couple of Carnelia chapters to go wrangle up. And the first one is as far away as humanly possible. It's at Airletton. Thanks, Falcom. They're so mean. They're so mean with these Carnelia chapters, man. Also, what I was talking about with the ships, I should have pointed it out when we were at Lyson Fortress. We might get another chance later in the game. But on the wings of their ships, it says RALK, R-A-L-K, which just stands for Royal Army Liberl Kingdom, which is like an acronym that's never ever used in dialogue anywhere, I think, because it sounds really stupid, to be honest. Yes, I work for the RALK. You mean the Royal Army? Yes, the RALK. That's what we call ourselves. Anyway, a lot going on in the first bit here. Well, first of all, we had an insight on what was going on there with Chloe, Captain Schwarz. So Captain Schwarz has not been apprehended unless she lost that fight with those special ops dudes, the dogs. Possible, but she's pretty tough. I don't think she's going to be too easy for them to take down. But obviously they want to get her under wraps too. They've obviously arrested a lot of the Royal Guard as is. And I'm sure they'd like to get Captain Schwarz as well. Why they would want Chloe? Who knows. But then we got a good look at the Erebonian embassy that was all Grancel, obviously. That's where we're going. So they were, Chloe and Schwarz were running around the outside. I don't know which guy I have to talk to here. I'm not going to read people's dialogue. Someone here at Airletton has my book, though. But anyway, yeah, that was all Grancel. That was the front of it and the highway by it and whatnot. And the scene with Olivier was, that was like inside the city proper. And you're supposed to get a good look at it. It might have said it in a title card. I wasn't paying attention. There we go. There's my book. And that's the Erebonian embassy. And you can tell it's Erebonian because inside the room he was at, I should have said something, but you want to go back and look. The golden stallion is on like the wall. That's Erebonia's emblem. Liberl's is is it on here? Yeah, it's down at the bottom right. The white falcon. Whereas Erebonia is the golden stallion, the big horse. Real dumb looking horse, to be honest. But yes, that's the Erebonian embassy. And the guy who walked in, even though all he said his name, right? His name's Mueller. But his name card was already labeled, even though he hadn't been introduced to us. He was labeled as Major Vendor. Mueller Vendor. And the thing he's wearing, his uniform, his clothes, I'll let you know right now, that's Erebonian military. That's Imperial Army garb. So that dude works for Erebonia. And him and all your butt buddies, they're real good old chums. And obviously we don't exactly know what Ollie's deal is, but that's fine. Don't worry about him. He's a nice guy. Don't worry about it. But yes, now all of our players are gathering in Grancel. Got turmoil in the royal city and whatnot. Ah, it's so fun. I like the ending of this game. It's so good. We just walked by Rudy, who got super rejected by Faye. Because now Faye's back together with our buddy Private Braum. At least I think they are. We might be able to follow up on that in a future game, maybe. I mean, I guess, yeah, if you haven't seen any later Trails games in this, I'll let you know right now that Falcom is the master of asset reuse. They love to reuse old assets and locations, so they pump these games out, baby. Okay, so there's another chapter of Carnelia. Let me find out where the hell it is. It is, oh man, are you fucking serious? Well, I know where it is, but okay, luckily it's on our way. Is this the correct way? Yeah, we're on the Ritter Roadway, which is going to take us to Sanctum. I'm going to have to get into the Grancel region and then go all the way to Gurn Gate, which is where we've already been. It's the part of Grancel that leads into Relent, so it's at that gate. So as soon as I get into Grancel, I'm going to have to, like, skip going to Grancel and go on a big detour. So stupid. Freaking Carnelia chapters. We almost have all of them. I think there's 11, and this is going to be number 9. Alright. Sanctum Gate, 105 Selch. And yeah, we came here before. I had to get a book out of this place. This is part of the Onnenberg Wall, leading into the Royal City. Grancel, the Royal City, capital of the kingdom. The largest city, I believe, in terms of population. Yeah, it's definitely the largest city, because it has the most, like, screens to it. It has the most areas. So, this is the Sanctum Gate. It looks a lot like the current gate back in Relent, because it's the same fucking thing. Well, both gates cut through the same wall. Onnenberg Wall completely surrounds the Grancel region. It was built almost 1,000 years ago, but it's solid enough that it held off the Imperial forces. It sure looks like it'd take more than a few guns to knock it down. Still, it looks like a tourist attraction. One where you could climb up to the top and check out the view. So you're planning to get up there and sprint all along the walls, are you? I didn't say that. I was just thinking that it'd be nice for us to have a nice quiet lunch together. Just the, two of us. And just, talk about whatever. Isn't that what we always do anyway? Never mind. Let's just get all the paperwork done and move on to Grancel. Okay, maybe it's just me. Are you mad about something? It's just you. Let's just go in and forget this whole conversation. Girls can be so difficult. These two are getting a little out of control. Hello, welcome to the Sanctum Gate. We need you to fill out some paperwork before we can let you go on to the capital. Okay, can you give us the paperwork? Thank you, please sign here. Estelle and Joshua filled out the paperwork. What is it with you kids these days? Are you brave or are you just crazy? Are you on some kind of hiking date on the highway? What? Date? It's nothing like that. We're brother and sister. Funny, you don't look like siblings, but you do have the same last name, I guess. Okay, you're ready to go. Estelle? You seem very preoccupied all of a sudden. Are you okay? Do you want to stop and rest? No, I'm fine. Let's just get to the capital. If you're sure. Well, if you two aren't on a date, are you going to see the martial arts competition? Martial arts competition? Wrong again? There's an annual martial arts competition held in the Royal Grand Arena. It was originally only for the Royal Guardsmen elite, and now it's open to any willing fighter. I believe the preliminaries are starting this afternoon. Oh, that sounds like fun. That's definitely right up your alley, Estelle. The Queen will be there in person, so the admission fees are being discounted. If I weren't working, I'd be there myself by now. Sorry to hear it. Of course, I'd rather be participating than watching. See if all this training's paid off yet or not. I can imagine. But if they've already started the preliminaries, it'll be impossible for you to get in. We've got a job to finish too, don't forget. You'll just have to make do in the stands. Too bad. Sir? Is something wrong? That emblem on your chest. I didn't notice because of your age, but are you two bracers? That's right. Is there a problem? No, not a problem exactly. Geez, I never thought... Soldier, are you loitering while you're on duty? Sir, is there a problem here? Well, sir, it's just that these two, they're bracers, sir. Bracers, huh? You two. I'd like a few minutes of your time if that's alright. We do need to get to the capital. Is that so? The capital? May I ask the nature of your business in the capital? What? Well, we've got a job. What kind of job? The professor, No. I mean, how do I put this? I'm sorry, but we have an official guild contract. Our business with our client is a private matter. Sounds suspicious to me. I'm afraid you're going to have to explain yourselves. Look, I don't see what the big problem is. Well, we received information from military high command. The Royal Guardsmen have revolted against the Queen and are staging terrorist attacks. And it seems that some of these terrorists may have disguised themselves as bracers. So we're under order to detain anyone claiming to be a bracer, pending investigation. What? That's enough, soldier. We're sorry, but we're under strict orders. Until we can confirm your identification, you're to remain here at Sanctum. You can't be serious. Why do... Ah, there you are. It's Alba. Huh? Why, you're... I've been waiting for you. If you finish your paperwork, let's get going. What? I apologize, Professor. It seems that we've hit a small snag that might delay our departure somewhat. Just a moment here. Who are... Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a specialist of archaeology, Professor Alba. I am from North Ambria State, and I am here in Liberl for investigative research. Have you processed this man's identification? Yes, sir. His passport checks out, and the Grancel History Museum will vouch for him as well. I see. Then everything appears to check out. I apologize for the delay, Professor Alba. So what relationship do you have with these two? Well, they're bracers. They've saved my life quite a number of times, so I decided to have them accompany me to the capital. Isn't that correct, Joshua? Estelle? Yes! That's it, alright. Well, it seems you have enough proof of your identity. I apologize to you both for the misunderstanding. No, it's not a problem. We know how it is to have strict protocols. No hard feelings at all. I swear, I'm going to get wrinkles if there are any more surprises. I mean, you started playing along so fast with the professor. I thought I had forgotten our assignment for a moment. Hardly. I had hoped you'd catch on a little bit quicker, though. Excuse me for the poor performance, Mr. Silvertongue. Not all of us can just lie with such a straight face. What was that? Never mind. Sorry to surprise you. It just seemed you two were in some trouble, so I spoke up. Should I not have? Oh no, we were definitely in some trouble back there. Thank you, Professor Alba. We appreciate your help. My way of returning the favor. Still though, what was that argument all about anyway? I heard something about some terrorist attack. It seems there's a gang of criminals out there who have been causing trouble while disguised as normal citizens. And the two of us were suspected of being in said group. Yeah, can you believe that? I swear, every single person in the military has a massive stick up their... I see. Very troubling indeed. The situation and the imagery. By the way, I heard that the incident at the Carnelia Tower wound up getting complicated. How did that turn out for you? Well, there were a few loose ends, but for the most part, we managed to get things done. I expected you'd do well. I could tell you two had the beginnings of great bracers in you from the moment we met. I'm happy to see I was right. Aw, we don't deserve that. We've still got a lot to learn. We're still in training as it is. But Professor, what brings you to a place like this? Naturally, I'm on my way to the capital. I was originally going to take a ship, but I've found myself short of funds. Oh well, archaeologists need to exercise too, so the walk should do me good. You don't have to beat yourself up like that. But still, you sure are poor. We scholars of the humanities all have financial issues, especially archaeology. Any money I make goes straight to the next excavation. That's too bad. But we sure were lucky running into you back there. Do you want to come along with us to the capital? Now just a moment, Estelle. I'm sure the professor is very busy with his own. I'd love to. The road to the capital can be dangerous, so having you two nearby would be a relief. Not that it's all that far to the capital anyway. Well, if you don't mind, then we would be honored. It's settled then. Let's get going. Ooh, we have control. I wonder if I can take him all the way to Gurn Gate. I mean, I have to get that Carnelia chapter, so... Hopefully. Hopefully I don't have to drop him off and then go do it. Alright, this is Royal Avenue. We're in the Grancel region. So you see that Grancel is actually kind of like to the northwest there, and the highway around Grancel is actually a big circle. Yeah, it's a little complicated. So this goes to the Herb Scenic route, and on the Herb Scenic route is the Herb Royal Villa. It's kind of like a vacation home for the royal family. But we need to go to Gurn Gate, and there are two ways to get there. But, ooh, we're getting stopped. Hey, you there! Huh? Looks like an army unit. No tourists are allowed at the Herb Royal Villa. Did you not see the ordinance that was just posted all over the city streets? Actually, we're not citizens of Grancel. We just recently came here by way of the Sanctum Gate. Travelers, eh? Hard to believe anyone would want to walk on the highways with terrorist activity going on. Talk about reckless. Setting aside the terrorist discussion for a second, what's the Herb Royal Villa? It's a small palace to the east, where the royal family resides. I was given to understand that the townsfolk often went there to relax. Sorry, but it's off limits for now. The army's using it as a base of operations for investigating the terrorist activities. You don't say. The roads nearby aren't off limits. But I'd suggest you keep away, just so no one mistakes you for one of the bad guys. Well, that's certainly grim. Personally, being told not to go somewhere just makes me want to go and see what all the fuss is about. What do you say? Want to go poke around and see what we can see? It's not that I'm not curious. We did just get that warning, so I think it's best to hold off. There may actually be terrorists, like the soldier said. Well, I think the intelligence division is just using the royal guardsmen and bracers as scapegoats. Estelle, you really need to not say things like that out loud. If someone overhears you, then we're apt to get caught up in it. Yeah, you're right. Intelligence what now? Let's see. Sorry, it's nothing. Anyway, let's head on to the city. Oh, alright. You kids are no fun. So I assume that I really can't go there. They're gonna stop me. But we could try. Could break the rules. Do whatever the heck we want. Or I'm gonna get stopped here. No, you can actually go here. It's the Herb Scenic Route. Someone will stop me eventually. I bet there's probably like a roadblock or something. There are also like little alcoves here with things at the end of them. I think there are monuments at the end of these like dead ends. Let's go check one out. I don't remember if you can read them or not. You can. There's an old vermilion stone monument. Oh, there's a chest. I don't want to open that. That could be monsters. It's not worth it. What if I got all but hurt? That would be the worst. That's true. If I had to fight something right now, I'd have to protect him. If he died in a battle, it would be game over. I hate having to protect NPCs. Let's see, like, the villa's right here. Holy shit. You can just walk right up to it. You can walk into it even. Holy crap. You can go up to the gate even. No one stopped me. It's locked. Wow, that's a lot more than I thought I'd get out of that. I really thought for sure there'd be like soldiers or something. Whatever. Anyway, there was an interesting little tidbit. Let me go into this dead end too. There was a little interesting thing that Professor Alba said when he was talking to the soldiers. Ancient monument stands here. An engraving plate at its base reads Ambral Monument. And it said that he said to the soldiers that he's from North Ambria State. And that's a new place. That's a location I haven't really talked about. Not in this playthrough anyway. North Ambria State is a country, well, it's a sovereign state that is to the north, hence its name, North Ambria. But it's north-north, literally two norths, in the sense that to the north is Erebonia, and north of Erebonia is Ambria State. At least partially. Erebonia is really big. Can't go in there. Like, Erebonia is really big, so it doesn't completely border its north, but it's on, like, the northwestern border of Erebonia. Let's see. Royal Avenue again. So this goes back out to the Royal Avenue, and eventually, like, we're hitting a lot of this highway. Cool, I can go all the way to Gurn Gate, and we're taking Alba with us. This idiot, who still doesn't have a run animation. What a moron. But yes, that is where he is from. It's a sovereign state. It's not that important. Not right now, anyway. It's not exactly a big player the way Erebonia and Calvert are. Or even like Liberl. Liberl's a bigger deal than North Ambria is. Alright, I don't remember who I have to talk to. Let's see. This leads to Relent, but it doesn't look like we'll be returning for a while. Cool, someplace we've actually been before. We totally came through here. And I tried to go out this way once before, so we've done it. We've made the full circuit. So I think one of the soldiers here, I want to say it's someone over here. Am I right? Is there a guy over here maybe? Or maybe not. Maybe this wall's really big. It's really big, yo. Here we go. Good work making it all the way up here. I'll give you this as a souvenir. Don't mind that it's a hand-me-down for me. Fuck you, Falcom. To go all this way out here to, like, look how well hidden this dude is. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, the freaking lengths you have to go to collect these books. I hate Falcom. I love them though, but I hate them. This would be so hard without external resources. Then again, this is why you should always rotate your saves, children. Why would you ever use a single save? There are like 1,000 save slots in this game. I've used 150 of them. Alright, now we have to actually go to Grancel. The whole point of why we're here. We said like 40 minutes or whatever, just getting at his ice and running into problems and avoiding the Royal Army, well, the Intelligence Division. And then technically they're the Royal Army, but they're like the shitty Royal Army. They're new money. Yeah, the Intelligence Division's actually relatively new, in case you forgot. It's not like it's been around forever. Like, it got established like this year. Colonel Richard was like, I want my own Intelligence Division. We're going to do nefarious things. So this is where it happened. This is where Richard and his dudes totally kidnapped Chloe or something. Why? Who knows? Grancel South Block, the Royal City. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Wow, this city's freaking huge! Dad used to take me here a long time ago, but was it really this big then? Well, it is the biggest city in the kingdom. Grancel's castle just past the main road. That's where the queen lives. There's also the Grancel Cathedral, the Grand Arena, and all the embassies for the surrounding nations. Huh, you don't say. You sure know a lot about this city. You must have been here before, right? Yes, when I was little. My, no matter how many times I see it, the city still amazes me with its beauty. Purely in terms of scale, I believe the Imperial and Republican capitals are larger, but neither feels as elegant and refined as Grancel does. I'm glad to hear it. It's nice to hear a foreigner complimenting your home country. Which reminds me, what do you plan to do now, Professor? Are you going to be okay with staying in a hotel? I have something else in mind. I intend to go bug the folks at the History Museum. Oh, cool. Grancel has one of those? They find ancient artifacts and put them on display there. Yes, and I'll be staying there as a guest associate member. You two should stop by to visit, if you get the chance. Museums are awfully formal for my taste. If we do come by, are you going to give us a bunch of lessons? If that is your wish, then I shall certainly do my best. Just kidding. Though I do think that checking out all the exhibits would be fun. Now, if you'll excuse me. Well, he's just as happy-go-lucky as ever. What's this guest associate thing, though? Is he a famous scholar or something? Yes, most likely. Now, we should probably stop in at the local guild branch before we do anything else. Not only do we need to change our branch affiliation, but we can discuss there how to approach delivering the professor's message. Yeah, you're right. Thinking about it, how are we even going to get an audience with Her Majesty anyway? And there's no way that'll be as simple as just walking up to the castle and saying hi. Yeah, it's Armin and Ellie! What is this? I come all this way with my little honeypot, and we can't even enter the castle. Aw, I wanted to see the inside of the castle. Yeah, I knew that was them. It's like Armin and Ellie. This is Dick and Troy. I don't care about these Grancel kid losers. Who are you? You're Burden. I don't want to read his crap. He's just kind of telling you where stuff is. I know where everything is in the capital. I've been here before. Remember, we heard that Armin and Ellie totally planned to go to the Queen's birthday celebration. That's where he asked her out to. Fisherman's Guild. Aw, yeah. Question. This guy's name is Fisher. Is it his name as his, like, his job? Or is it his actual name? Welcome, friends, to the Fisherman's Guild. Oh, wow. There's a guild for you guys? Indeed there is. There be giant fish in the waters round these parts. We call them guardians. And they wriggle and they dive all through the waters of Liberl. It is our job, nay, our sacred duty, to find these elusive pin-sign giants and best them in a battle of lures, reels, and wits. LRW for short. So, you guys like fishing then? For me, fishing's alright, I guess. You all seem very, dedicated to your hobby. We fulfill our existence by traveling the width and breadth of Liberl and snatching marine life from every corner of it. We spread the joys of fishing, hold introductory seminars, and sell our handmade gear. We've even begun lobbying the Queen to create a fund to help protect our fishing locations. Wow, you guys clearly are really into this, like, scary into it. A true society for fishermen. You guys are actually pretty impressive. Would you like to join us? There is a small examination, but otherwise, it's just a matter of adding your names to our roster in permanent ink. Thanks. And it really does sound fun, but we've, kind of got things to do right now. Just things. A shame. You have the eyes of master anglers. I guess you could say, I can see it in the angles of your retinas. If you have a change of heart, please come back anytime. We are always ready and eager for new recruits. Exceed had too much fun with that conversation. Hey, it's Lloyd! We met him at the Valeria Lake Shore, over by, I can't remember what the name of that place is. Over in the Pose region. Welcome to the Fisherman's Guild. Whoa, hey! What's wrong? I know you two. You're those bracers I met at the lake in Bose, right? Oh yeah! You were the one who told us about the Sky Bandits. So you do remember. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Fisherman's Guild. Now that I think about it, you did mention the Fisherman's Guild when we spoke with you before. This is our main headquarters. Come on in and take a load off. Sit back and relax, and enjoy the opulence of fish and brine. Shut up, Lloyd. Lloyd's a cool dude. Yeah, the fishermen have a guild. That's really all there is to see in here. So next door to the Fisherman's Guild is the Bracer Guild, and we can go in there in a second. Let's poke around Grancel if we can. I think they'll let us. Yeah, cool. This is Grancel's West Block. Over here is the Liberl News Service. I wonder if Niall is potentially here, or he could be on the field somewhere. I think that's his editor-in-chief right there. Yeah, Niall and Dorothy aren't here. Well, Dorothy's probably still in Zeiss. Who knows where Niall is? So these are some other people who work here. We got a cool little bar here. This is Barrel Coffee House. A house for sale. I don't want to go in there. Up here, we got birds. This is like a seaport. Can't go into it in this game. I hope Sister May is doing well in Relent. Although I practice religious duties the same as anyone else in my position, I am also in charge of instructing the newly cloistered. Not what I was expecting to read. And our ranks have been bolstered recently, but the new sister is currently out gathering grasses and herbs for us. I thought perhaps I could take the initiative and fund the mixing of a medicine for Her Majesty's ailment. But not a soul seems to know her symptoms. No one has been told, and no one is allowed an audience. The head maid, Hilda, requested an audience, but was turned away by a man in black armor. Ooh. Well, that immediately answers a question of, like, what the heck's going on with the queen? It sounds like the intelligence division's gotten to her. Bishop Revel, welcome to our local cathedral, where the Septian faith is kept alive. Grancel Cathedral. You would think it's like the biggest cathedral in the kingdom. I think it's a fair assumption, but I think they all use like the same model more or less. I think there's subtle differences between them. This door is locked. Why would they need a locked door? Ah, frick. Would have been nice if I could read that book. I was like, why is it all alone by itself? Ah, screw you. And there's a house right here. I must clean the house before the master's return. Oh, someone well off lives here. Ah, hello there. Please forgive my appearance. You caught me in the midst of cooking beef stew for my granddaughter. Yay, Grandpa's coming home. I hope he gets here right now. No? How about now? Still no? Ah, boo. This same painting was in the Erebonian embassy in that scene with Mueller and Olivier, which means it's stock painting and there's no significance to it. It's just a freaking asset. First, like, I literally noticed in that scene and I was like, could it be somewhere in Erebonia? Oh, this guy scared the crap out of me. Becker, I've seen you before. So next package. Man, this city is freaking huge. I hate being a delivery boy here. Yeah, this dude really loves his job. He goes around everywhere. So this is North Block. Grancel Castle. All right, let's go talk to the queen. Just a moment, please. I'm sorry, but entry to the castle is strictly prohibited. Sorry, but the castle is off limits right now. Boo. Ooh, nice door though. But yes, this is you really can't get a good look at it, but this is Grancel Castle. You gotta find a way to get in there. Is there anyone else over here? Like no vendors or anything? Let's see. Here is Hotel Rowenbaum, which we read about in the Liberl news. What else is up here? Really nothing else. Oh, but there is something. Is this what I think it is? Or not? This is just someone's house. I don't know who lives here. People who have dialogue that I don't care about. Look at these losers. Look at Martin here. The martial arts competition is underway at long last. An event of this scale should only be experienced as a family unit, no? Alright, our exit's out of here. Let's go to East Block. I haven't been there. There's cool stuff in the East Block. Namely, there's a giant, shopping area. I can't remember the term they use for it. I think they just call it like the Grancel Market or something. This is the landing port, I think. Yeah. Who cares, though? Here's the History Museum. Now, this is a bit awkward because this is a playthrough that I'm doing. There's Alba. I'm doing after having done the second chapter playthrough. I totally come in here in second chapter, so when we get to that playthrough, you can see me do this again. The museum's job isn't just to show off old relics. We're also responsible for collecting, cataloging, and storing all of it. And we work with researchers like Professor Alba as well. Ah, they were expecting him. He told the truth. But, yeah, in that playthrough, because the first time I played through this game, I kind of neglected to come here by total mistake. So I made sure to do it in that game. So most of these exhibits and whatnot, we can totally read, but I'm not going to actually do it right now. I don't think there's anything here that's any different than what would show up in the next game, or the next reading or whatever. So I think I've read all of this, or it's all in the future. It's all in the second chapter playthrough. And what I'm trying to say is I don't think there's anything that shows up in first chapter that's any different. There are these nice paintings on the wall. They already got one of the Arcel. This is ridiculous. I pointed this out in the second chapter playthrough. That's the Bobcat. Why would they have the capitalist Sky Bandits airship? Why would they have a painting of it? The answer is they just threw concept art on the wall. Falcom was just like, oh, whatever. Just put whatever you want up there. I'm pretty sure I hit up these plaques. Yeah, pre-Septian calendar, the ancient civilization of Zemuria around 1200 years ago. The advanced civilization of Zemuria was at its peak, then suddenly and inexplicably it disappeared. A great collapse occurred, destroying the Zemurian culture and plunging its people into a dark age of ruin. The items exhibited on the first floor are from the very beginning of this era. They aren't believed to be products of the ancient civilization itself, but nonetheless, its influence is clearly visible upon them, giving them immense academic worth. Yeah, so these are Dark Age items. I think this tile floor is out of one of the towers. So is this wall set and this torch. So it's look at this stuff we found inside the Tetrasilic towers. And we got shields, Septian calendar, the Dark Age of Ruin, 1 to 500. Immediately following the Great Collapse, the world was plunged into confusion, signaling the beginning of what came to be referred as the Dark Ages. This era was defined by almost endless conflict between various powers and numerous nations, large and small, and lasted for roughly 500 years. This is also a big chunk of the tower. One of the towers looks like that's from Carnelia Tower. But it's where on Carnelia Tower did it come off of? We didn't see any pieces of it missing. Shut up. It's on the back side, okay? You couldn't notice it. And finally, I definitely pointed this out in second chapter. But this is really interesting stuff. Church ritual items from around 900 of the Septian calendar, so just a few hundred years ago. The church has long been a source of art, and this has been true since the dawn of the Septian era. It was around the year 900, however, that the current likeness of Adios is thought to have been first created. Likewise, many of the ritual items used by the church today first assume their present form in this time period too. So there's another little depiction of the goddess that's in like every church. But that description's really interesting. So we actually got actual manuscript here. Handwritten copy of the scriptures used by the church at the end of the Dark Ages. The ability to print did not exist in the Middle Ages, leaving no choice but to copy by hand onto pieces of parchment. This is just a loom, I don't care. But yes, interesting that the depiction of what Adios looks like has only existed since 900. Septian calendar 500 to 1100, the Septian era. The first appearance of the Septian Church occurred around the year 500 and marked the end of the Dark Ages. The church centered around the goddess of the sky, Adios, and espousing an ideology of human salvation, began to take an active role in society and rapidly permeated social consciousness. Eventually, the nobility and knight class could no longer ignore the church's power, and a new order was established with the church at the center. And inside here, ancient artifacts, age unknown, artifact noun, a relic of any shape or size found in an ancient ruin and generally of unknown or uncertain purpose. The church believes these artifacts have some connection with the Septarians, gifts from Adios, and their recovery is one of the duties that the church fulfills. Artifacts are said to have supernatural powers, but those on display here are all ones that have since lost said powers and are no longer functional. So these things in here, I don't know what they are. This one kind of looks like a giant key or something. That one just looks like a tile. The other one looks like a, I don't know, big chalice. Who fucking knows? They're artifacts, and they're like the Chronos rod that Dalmor used. Much obliged. Well, if it isn't my favorite professor. I suspected I might see you here today. Alright, that's all there's really to do with the History Museum. Again, we will debrief and repeat that entire process in second chapter a bit more in depth. I think it was a bit more thorough in second chapter, but whatever. I guess it's fair to know it now and then. Hello. At least if I had a girlfriend, I might go to the tournament. There's this beautiful girl who comes by here all the time. She's totally my type. Man, I ain't interested in the tournament. Not at all. All that stuff just happens, man. It happens and it ends. And the world keeps on turning. I feel like this is before Falcom really found a voice for you, Ricky. This is Anton and Ricky, my favorite NPCs ever. I love these guys. Oh, here's the beautiful girl he was talking about, I think. There's this ice cream shop here in the East Block that is simply to die for. Oh yeah, that's totally her. He turned around. NPCs never do that. They never, ever do that. Or they, notice each other. But Anton's special. I love Anton. I love him. He's great. Out of, all the NPCs you can encounter in Liberl, he's my favorite. He's my big favorite. Shut up, Godfrey. Who are you? You're Miel? I don't know if I pronounced that right. French, maybe? Maybe that's the origin of that name? I'm not good with French things. Just ahead is the Erebonian Embassy. The general public is prohibited from passing beyond this point. Official business only, I'm afraid. So I always found a weird detail is that, okay, so obviously Erebonian Embassy. Ollie's in there somewhere, probably day drinking like a jackass. And on the other side, of course, I walked right by it. That's the Calvardian Embassy. That's Calvard's emblem, which I don't really know what it is. It's like a leaf or something. I don't know. No one's ever really talked about it, to be honest. Not that I know of. Maybe it's been buried somewhere in some NPC dialogue I haven't heard about. But when they introduce the emblems, they're like the White Falcon of Liberl and the Golden Stallion of Erebonia. No one's ever said the equivalent of that for Calvard, so I don't know what it is. Not in a cutscene anyway. So again, maybe it's hidden out there. This is the embassy for the Calvard Republic. Sorry, but only those who are here on official business may enter. But what I was saying is, what I found really interesting, you can totally see that There is no embassy. The world ends up there at the top left corner. Well, what I find interesting is that they don't station like soldiers from those countries in front of their embassies. Like they probably should. I think it's a detail that Falcom kind of missed out on. And like, I don't know, like that's how it works in real life, right? Like that's how I always pictured it. Like if you go to some foreign country and there's an US embassy there, because I'm American, but like I would imagine there'd be like a US soldier there in the front, like an army man or a marine or something. They wouldn't put like that nation's soldier out in front. They'd put their own, right? That's the purpose. So like they could have done that here with this guy. I mean, he's wearing the Liberl uniform, but I mean, Mueller's in the game and he's wearing an Erebonian military uniform. So we know what the Imperial Army uniform looks like. So why couldn't we just put an NPC wearing the Imperial uniform here? Now, maybe the answer is either A, they didn't think of that, or possibly B, they didn't want to do that because they hadn't settled on what a Calvardian, a Republican soldier would look like. Well, they eventually do in the future. I know what the Republican soldiers look like. They're very bland looking. They wear like olive green standard stuff. They're kind of like American soldiers, to be honest. Like American Army, they wear very tightly knit olive green get-ups. Whoa, suspicious cut. Actually, I kind of lost track of time there. Holy shit, we're out of time. This one went a little, well, I got a little preoccupied with touring Grancel. It's a cool city, can you blame me? Anyway, when we get in there, we gotta check in with the guild. We gotta meet Grancel's guild branch manager, inform about all the things that we know, because I don't think the guild, beyond Kilika, I guess at this point, really knows what's going on with the conspiracy and the intelligence division and all their machinations and whatnot. So we gotta report in about all of that stuff and figure out our plan of attack, how in the world we could possibly meet the queen and whatnot. So we got a lot to do in Grancel. It's a busy final chapter. See you guys in the next one.